presentation of our nation's colors and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated. Good morning.
Recording in progress.
Really? Okay, so that was pathetic, right? So what we're going to do, I'm going to give you all an opportunity to do this again. And at such a grand celebration, we can do better than that, right? So I'm going to give you an opportunity to do it again. And if we fail, then Madam Clerk, Your Honor, I'm going to petition that we just pack up shop and set this up next year. Try it again, okay? All right, good morning. Here we go. Good morning. My name is Nicholas F. Cotton. I am the Chief Public Relations, Marketing, and Constituency Services Officer for the Honorable Shay Alexander, the Fulton County Clerk of Magistrate and Superior Court. It is my esteemed honor to welcome you to the Winter 2023 Mass Hybrid Swearing-In Celebration for the newest eligible applicants to become members of the State Bar of Georgia. That's right. Today we celebrate because you studied for and passed the LSAT, you enrolled and you graduated from law school, you studied for and passed the bar exam, right? And you all just get to sit and take credit for all their hard work. How about that, right? But no, in all seriousness, of course I'm kidding, but however, while we are here to truly celebrate each and every one of you and your achievements, I'm sure we all can agree that your achievements are those accomplished by committee, correct? Right. And with that said, that's what brings us here today. We are so excited about today because it's a first of many things. A lot has changed since 2019 BC before COVID, right? A lot has changed. And today we're going to celebrate you all as well as your supporting cast, but also a mini first that will take place today. Some of the things that will be occurring for the very first time today will be the aesthetics of this hall that we're sitting in today. Truthfully, before 2019 BC, it really did look like BC. Really, it did. So we want to thank Fulton County leadership for allowing us to take place here today for the first time. So while many people can say that they got sworn in Fulton County's Commissioner's Assembly Hall, you are the first class to get sworn in the newly renovated, right? And we didn't get the property brothers to come in here and do, it was truly Fulton County, although it looks like it. Also, we have new members of the Fulton County Judiciary, one of who was gracious enough to join us today to preside over today's celebration, the Honorable Judge Scott McAfee. Thank you for your time, Your Honor. We also have a new clerk of courts, the Honorable Shay Alexander, who is leading the clerk's office into becoming the clerk's office of the future. And this is her first in-person mass swearing in. And because we're shooting to become the clerk's office of the future, This is the very first time that we've hosted a hybrid mass celebration, which brings me to our remarkable applicants who are joining us via Zoom from all across the country, right? We want to welcome you all. And we also have several hundred people, their families, some of your families that are streaming in live on our YouTube channel. So we want to say hello and welcome to you all as well back in YouTube land. Also, just several things, but before I go forward, I want to take a moment and acknowledge any members, other members of the judiciary, or any elected or appointed officials in the room. I know we have joining us our Honorable Judge Shamila Williams. Thank you, Your Honor, for joining us. All right, and now somebody's logging in. It's a delay. Okay, just mute that for us. Which brings me to our housekeeping rules, right? Can you please ensure that all cell phones remain on silent throughout the entirety of the ceremony? All Zoom You should be able, can you hear me now? Perfect. Love it, love it, love it. I told you it's the first time, but we're getting it, right? So congratulations and welcome to you all from Zoom. So just a few things for you. After this ceremony concludes, maybe later this afternoon, you will receive an email, your order for admissions to sign via DocuSign, okay? Once you sign that document and submit it back to us, we will pair that DocuSign order with your certificate of eligibility and submit it to the state bar. From there, you will receive an email from yours truly telling you your next steps, okay? So once you've been sworn in, you're not official yet, wait for the DocuSign order, you sign it, get it back to us, and we'll stay in touch and take care of the rest. All right? Sounds good. All right. And now, I just want to address our attendees, and we'll be moving on. Mom, grandmom, I know this is a big moment for you all, but I've been tasked to get through this thing in under an hour. So I'm going to need your help, okay? Can you please hold your applause until the very end? Just please hold your, I know it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard, but just please try to hold those to the end. And we promise to get through this in less than an hour so that we can truly celebrate in the atrium with the lovely reception that's been sponsored by our good community sponsors, Delta Airlines. And now I think that's pretty much it. Now, for the sake of time, I'm going to turn this ceremony over and to our good friend, the Associate Pastor of the Trinity Presbyterian Church, Pastor Lucy Strong. to deliver the invocation.
Good morning and congratulations. Let us pray. Eternal light, we are humbled by the ways you call us to serve. I thank you for the gifts and skills you have given each of these servant leaders. And I pray for your wisdom and peace to rest on each one. May they serve with energy, intelligence, imagination, and love. Eternal power, we are thankful for this day you have given us, for its blessings, its opportunities, and its challenges. Strengthen those who spend their lives establishing equal protection of the law and equal opportunities for all. Bless them with a spirit of compassion, justice, perseverance, and grace as they carry out this high calling. Eternal wisdom, bless their efforts with clear insight, their deliberations with wisdom, their work with clarity and accuracy, and decisions with impartiality. Eternal hope, may we appreciate and use each day that comes to us. We pray for strength and guidance for each day as it comes, for each day's duties, and for each day's problems. May we be challenged to give our best always, to live lives of compassion and humility, and may we be assured of your presence with us. Amen.
Soon you will hear from some of our voluntary bar associations to give you deliver remarks and greetings and just deliver some insight on their particular organization. But before you hear from them, you will hear from the mandatory bar, which is the State Bar of Georgia, and representing the State Bar, none other than the president of the State Bar, Mr. Tony Del Campo.
Good morning. Good morning to all of you. On behalf of the State Bar of Georgia, I want to congratulate you on this momentous occasion. You've worked hard, you've studied hard, you've sacrificed to get to where you are today. And in a few moments, you're going to join our State Bar, and you are to be commended for that. Our State Bar is a profession that has 54,000 plus attorneys in the state of Georgia. And in Georgia, you have to join the State Bar. You have to, because it's mandatory. We have folks here who will help you with that today. So after we're done, we have a table set up. So make sure you sign up. We can take checks so you can become official today. So we are here to work with you. You know, they call it the practice of law. And I always thought that was a curious thing. Why do they call it the practice of law? They call it the practice of law is because you never stop learning. You will continue to perfect your craft to be the best lawyers that you're going to be. But that work continues. It didn't stop with the bar exam. As a matter of fact, you probably will learn way more in your first few years of practice than you did ever in law school. So just make sure you understand that it is a practice that you will continue to refine and get better. When I was a young lawyer, one of my mentors said to me, Tony, your profession, your reputation is your stock in trade. And I didn't really quite understand that, but having been a lawyer now for almost 30 years, I can tell you that your reputation is the most difficult thing to get, your legal reputation, your professional reputation. But it is the easiest thing to lose. All it takes is one time. I served as a trial judge for about 10 years, and I can tell you that judges talk. They know the lawyers that are unethical, the lawyers that cut corners. Don't ever lose your reputation on behalf of a client, because it might help you in that one case, but in the long term, it will hurt you. So make sure you keep your reputation. The State Bar is here to assist you. We have legal management programs, we have continuing legal educations, and we are here to help you in any way that we can. And I want to implore you to get involved with the State Bar. The Young Lawyers Division is here. They're going to talk in a few minutes, but it's important to get involved because it will help you make those connections that will help you be a better lawyer, but it'll also help you serve your community. One of the emphasis that I have in my bar year is mental health and well-being. We all know that the legal profession is a very stressful profession. And I know your family members and other folks who are here supporting you know that you've gone through that stress. They've been there when you call them in the middle of the night, says, I don't know if I'm going to pass this exam, mom or dad, or husband or wife, right? But it is a very stressful profession. And we know that the legal profession has one of the highest incidents of substance abuse and suicide. So we want to make sure that we destigmatize that mental health component. As a matter of fact, the State Bar has a program called Use Your Six, where we give you 6 free counseling sessions, completely confidential, completely free. You're not going to be, your discipline is not going to know, but it's there for you. So please use that. That is very, very, very important. So again, congratulations to you. Congratulations to all of your family members of support that are here. If there's anything I can do for you from the State Bar, please call Damon Elmore, who's sitting here. Don't call me. Damon is the executive director that does an excellent job, and he keeps me straight. So thank you, Damon, for all that you do. We really do appreciate you. So congratulations once again. And again, if there's anything I can do, please don't hesitate to let me know.
Hey, good morning. Good morning. My name is Kevin Coleman. I am the president of the Gate City Bar Association. So Gate City is the oldest Black bar association in the state of Georgia, founded in 1948. And on behalf of Gate City and our entire executive committee, we just like to say congratulations to you all. And we're extremely, extremely proud of you. I remember sitting in this seat, as Mr. Cotton said, it wasn't this nice of a seat, but I remember sitting in this seat. And so hopefully you're able to enjoy this moment with your friends and family, and we're extremely proud of you. Excuse me. I can certainly remember refreshing my browser and my email every 2 seconds the morning the results were going to come out. So hopefully you guys have had a moment to just breathe and relax and enjoy some time kind of away from the computer and away from work as you start to transition into your careers. So hopefully you have some time to relax. And as you do transition, we hope that you guys would consider joining our organization as a member. We are a completely inclusive organization. A lot of our programming is based around professional development and networking so that we make sure that our members meet the right people and sharpen their skills. We also have a lot of opportunities for volunteerism in our community-based programming and our student-centered programming. But even if you don't join Gate City, there are dozens of voluntary bar associations. So I invite you to find your tribe. You know, I don't think that the correct approach to practicing law is keeping your head down and cranking out legal product on your computer and not being involved in the community and being involved in these networking and voluntary bar associations. So I invite you to find your tribe. And somebody explained to me this is a contact sport. So you need to make some contacts to be successful. So again, on behalf of Gate City, congratulations to you all. We're extremely proud of you. Thank you.
All right, good morning and congratulations. My name is Pamela Lee. I'm a partner over at Swift Curry, and I'm the president of the Georgia Defense Lawyers Association. We are the civil defense bar, so not the criminal defense bar, but the organization for the civil defense bar if you're going to be defending personal injury and other types of lawsuits. We're your go-to voluntary bar association. We would welcome you to come get involved. We have a great young lawyers division as well. And if you are on the other side and you're working at a plaintiff's firm, Georgia Trial Lawyers Association, I don't think they're here, but they're also a wonderful group. If you are on the other side of the V from us, join them. And the one thing that I'll say that I think piggybacks on the mental health aspect of practicing law, I spoke with the Georgia Trial Lawyers Association president at a professionalism CLE last week, so I think I speak for both sides of the bar on this. Getting your law license is not a deal with the devil. You did not trade in your soul and your humanity to do this job. Please be kind. If your opponent needs an extension, give them the extension. If your opponent needs anything from you, from your file, if it doesn't prejudice your client terribly, just be kind. We've got enough jerks in the practice of law. Don't add to it. Congratulations.
Hi, everyone. My name is Ben Torres. I'm an associate attorney at King and Spalding, and I'm president of the Stonewall Bar Association of Georgia. Congratulations to all of you in the room, including family, loved ones. There's no way that we could do law school and study for the bar without you. So to everyone in this room, congrats. The Stonewall Bar is Georgia's volunteer bar for LGBTQ people in the state of Georgia. And my view of a diversity bar is that its primary purpose is keeping its people together. And that's what Stonewall is about. And of course, that's not just members of the LGBTQ community, but also our allies, because of course we really rely on and we need our allies. So in that spirit, we have several events throughout the year, CLEs, educational opportunities, and our marquee event is our awards banquet every October at the Fox Theater. It's attended by many judges, 300 plus people, attorneys, just community members. It's a lot of fun. Our next event is in December. So if you're interested in signing up or getting more information, please go to stonewallbar.org. And of course, you can go to the website, reach out to me. I'm happy to answer any questions about the bar or practicing law. Congratulations.
And if I'm not mistaken, someone from the YLD, Young Lawyers Division, if you'd like to give any remarks. State Bar's Young Lawyers Division. No? Okay, perfect. So now, first, I would be remiss if I did not acknowledge, I see Team Probate here, and I know that our Chief Probate Judge, Judge Johnson, Kenya Johnson, could not make it, so she sent her illustrious team, Team Probate, if you just don't mind waving. Thank you all for everything that you do. And now, bringing greetings on behalf of Gideon's Promise, someone that I really think that you all would love to hear from, the founder and president of Gideon's Promise, Mr. Jonathan Rapping.
Good morning. I want to start by thanking Madam Clerk, her amazing team that put this program together, but not just for putting this program together. Really, the clerk's office is the entity that makes the courthouse work. They're not front and center, they're behind the scenes, but without them, our courts don't work, and without them, people don't get served, so they're doing people's work. So thank you. But that also brings me to you all. I want to thank you for entering this profession, because I really do think this is a profession that is about serving people. You now have the power to help. You have the power to help people that are outside looking in, people that don't have access to justice without a lawyer. You have the power to give them that access. You have the power to perhaps help people keep their liberty. You have the power to help people keep housing. You have the power to help people keep their children. Your work can keep families together, can keep communities together. I don't think there's more important work happening in society than the work of lawyers. Not only do I run Gideon's Promise, I'm also a law professor at Atlanta's John Marshall Law School. So I teach young lawyers. Through Gideon's Promise, I mentor and support young lawyers. We're an organization that came into existence because we worked with public defenders who were committed to giving people justice in systems that were under-resourced. Oftentimes, caseloads were overwhelming, and we found that young folks that wanted to live their dreams found obstacles without support and help. And so Gideon's Promise came about to support public defenders so they can give people access to justice. We started right here in Fulton County, and we've grown into an organization that is across the country. So through my teaching and mentoring young lawyers, I'm particularly enthusiastic to welcome you. I'm also enthusiastic because I'm a father. I got 2 children. I have a high school son and a daughter in college. I worry very much about their future until I see you. Right? Until I see you, because I really do believe that their future is in your hands, and I look out and I'm optimistic about what that means. I'll say this, as a criminal defense lawyer, I recognize that the people I serve come to me with all sorts of challenges, mental health issues, substance use disorder, housing insecurity, lack of quality education. And what I recognize is that the work we do in the criminal space is not disconnected from needs in the civil arena. And so some of you may do criminal work, some of you may do civil work, some of you may go work for firms or corporations and be ambassadors for this amazing profession to make sure that people appreciate the nobility of the work. But whatever you decide to do, wherever you decide to fit in, thank you for helping make this future brighter. So I want to leave you with a quote. It's one of my favorite quotes. And it says, every day you write your epitaph. Right? Every day you write your epitaph. Think about that. There is going to be a day when you're no longer walking this earth, but the legacy you've built, the memory you've built will live on for your children, for the people who know you, for the future. Understanding that, you now have the power with a law degree to write an amazing epitaph. Don't waste a single day drafting that epitaph. I'm excited when I think about the ability to watch some of you draft that epitaph. I'm excited when I think about what it means for my children to have you all drafting that epitaph. I'm excited about the future. So I'm honored to be welcomed to say a few words with this illustrious group of speakers. I wish you all well, and I can't wait to see you in the profession.
And now to deliver our keynote, I was introduced to this gentleman shortly ago, not too long ago, I'm not going to steal his thunder, but when we reached out to him and his corporation, Delta has always been a friend of the clerk's office in Fulton County. But when I reached out and asked him to serve as the keynote and for Delta to sponsor this entire ceremony, as well as the wonderful reception that you will have, he jumped at the moment. So with that being said, I would like to introduce your keynote speaker, Mr. Matthew Knopf.
Good morning. Usually I speak, not that I speak that often, without notes, and I sometimes work in a joke or two, but this time it's a keynote, it's a serious event, and so I've got notes. Nicholas has told me for every minute under my 10 minutes, I get like a bonus point, so I won't take that long. But so I'm a Senior Vice President, Deputy General Counsel of Delta Airlines, and I really have one of the most wonderful jobs in the world because I'm the business advisor and lawyer to all the different parts of Delta who are trying to achieve our business objectives, not just here in the United States, but all over the world. And I don't have to deal with the lawsuits as much. I do, and the customer complaints and people who don't like our Sky Miles changes and lost bags and things like that. But I'm really honored to be here with all of you. And I'm going to mess up the names, but our two judges and Chief Clerk Alexander, Judge McAfee and Judge Williams. And the new inductees and your families and distinguished guests. Also, as Nicholas said, isn't it wonderful, especially in this space, to be together after 4 years of, well, it's 3 of COVID where we weren't together. And I think when you get back together at something like this, you really realize how much we all lost during those years, but we got through it. So some reflections for all of you. I've been a practicing lawyer for over 35 years. I think it's 37, but once you get past 35, it may be better to stop counting. I've been a member of 3 bars, 3 different states. I started practicing law in Chicago, right out of University of Chicago Law School. I was a proud member of the Illinois bar, the first bar you take, and that's the only one I really had to take. You know, it's an experience to go through. Then I moved to Minnesota to be general counsel, in-house counsel of a company. So I joined the Minnesota bar. But more recently, being here at Delta and so involved in the Atlanta community, I wanted to join the Georgia bar. And I think it's a terrific bar the state of Georgia has. And I was very impressed with a lot of things, certainly the rigorous fitness process, the vetting process. I was glad I got through it with all those references you needed and all that stuff. And so I was proud to get my certificate, and you all made it this far. So you should be proud of that. So now that you're going to be Georgia lawyers, there are so many paths that are open before you in the business world, the nonprofit sector, government, politics, if you want to do politics, causes you believe in, pro bono work, and I encourage you all to do as much pro bono work as you can. You really can follow your interests and follow your dreams and make a living for yourself and your family at the same time. So it's not a bad deal. But it's an honor and a privilege to be a member of the Georgia Bar. And as is often said, with great privilege comes great responsibility. And in this case, it's for you to uphold the rule of law and to follow all of the ethical rules, which I know you all had to study. So I'm just going to share a few quick thoughts about maybe how you do that, because it's not that hard. So I want to share a little bit about Delta and its core principles. Our founder, C.E. Woolman, about 90 years ago, and I'm old, but I'm not that old, I wasn't there, set out some very simple rules of the road for every Delta employee that we still try to follow today. And he said, and I'm quoting, "The foundation is integrity. So do what's right and always keep your deals. Any individual or business that is completely honest in all its dealings is likely to succeed." So, you know, it's a challenging business. It's a challenging world. We might lose a bag. Flight might get delayed. Sometimes it's our fault. Sometimes it's not. But I can tell you the 100,000 employees of Delta really hearken back to that, and they try to do what's right every day, because that's a core value of our culture. And we try to live up to that. We talk about 5 things: integrity, trust, care for our customers and our employees, resilience, and servant leadership. But integrity is the foundation of everything. And it really was, being in private practice a long time, I worked for a lot of big companies as clients. And when I was approached by Peter Carter, our chief legal officer, to come to Delta, it really was the Delta culture that made a difference for me and made me want to move to Atlanta with my family. So you're being sworn in today, promising to uphold the highest standards of the bar, the Georgia Bar, which I know you're proud to have been chosen as fit to join. So I'm going to give you all some very simple advice. Some of you maybe have practiced in other places. Most of you are new. There's no shades of gray when it comes to upholding the standards of the bar and the ethical rules. And I can promise you, hopefully not that often, but things will come up. Maybe personal opportunities, or even more so, you'll have a client and you want to be a zealous advocate for your client and help them either win their case or achieve their business objectives. That's what we do. But maybe once, maybe twice, you'll be faced with something and you're just not sure it's right. So you can go look at all the rules and study things, or the simpler way is you will know in your heart, or there'll be a voice in your head that just says, this isn't quite right. And you know what? If it isn't, then just don't do it. If it's for you personally, absolutely don't do it. If it's for a client, offer an alternative that's okay, that complies with the ethical rules. If they don't like it, you may have to withdraw. I've been blessed to I think I had to do that once in 37 years, but you might have to do that, and it's not easy. But you just can't cross the line when it comes to the ethical rules. So I guess what I'll leave you with is, I know you all can and will be successful in your careers, but you can do it. We're never compromising when it comes to ethics and the integrity. So I would say, follow your dreams, but keep your deals, always act with integrity. I wish you all great careers as members of the Georgia Bar. I can tell you, I have 4 grown children, and sadly, none of them wanted to be lawyers. Maybe they thought I had to work too hard. I don't know. But when they were growing up, they always told me they were proud of what I did and how I did it. And that's what I wish for all of you. So I know that we're all going to be very proud of this new class of 2023 Georgia lawyers. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Knopf. And he stayed under his time. So I think based on our agreement, I owe you about 5 frequent flyer points that I need to transfer over to you, right? You got you. Perfect. All right. So now we are at the part of the celebration that you all have gathered for. The presentation of names by Clerk Alexander. However, before she comes up, I just want to preface this next part of the ceremony really quickly. As you've heard many times before from other program participants, the clerk's office holds many different responsibilities, right? We are truly the nucleus of the justice system. One of our responsibilities, in addition to everything else, is processing name changes, okay? We adjudicate and process name changes. And when you all registered, you sent over your names to us in some phonetic spelling, some of you didn't, right? So I say that as my lovely clerk's PR guy. Take it easy on her when she pronounces 80 here, maybe 100 there, okay? Because if she mispronounces your name, my apologies, mom, grandma. We're just keeping with our jobs as clerks and processing name changes. That's all we're doing, okay? So with that being said, I now introduce you to our wonderful clerk of Superior Magistrate Court, the Honorable Shay Alexander.
Thank you. So I am Shay Alexander, your Fulton County Clerk of Courts, and he's already asked for grace. So I'm gonna mess up. So forgive me in advance, I promise you. I just wanted to say a couple of things before I call your names. First of all, my team is wearing black and blue. I decided to wear the Delta colors. So maybe Matthew would give me a companion pass. I'm just saying, just wondering, you know, like an honorary companion pass, so I can just fly whenever. That's why I have on the Delta, the new Delta colors, you know, they're like a flight attendant. Okay. I am so honored to be here, and I am so proud of you and happy that Delta was able to sponsor this event and that you guys are allowed us to be a part of your special day. I hope that when you look back and reflect on this day that you know how excited we are for you. But a couple of things I want to leave you with. I'm not a lawyer, just a clerk, right? But when I talk to people and when I work with attorneys on a daily basis, the one thing I really want to leave you with is relationships. So trust me when I say, treat everyone with dignity and respect. It's gonna go a long way. When you're not in the room, your reputation, how hard you work, all of that matters, right? But relationships are gonna open doors that you would never imagine. Your opposing counsel, the judges, your bosses, the deputy clerks who will probably accept or reject your last minute motions or briefs. You need to have a relationship. You need to have good relationships with your clerks. People have talked about the community involvement. You guys have a chance to make a difference in this community. I mean, do some pro bono work, get involved in the community because we need you. We need to make it a better place than it is today. So I'm hoping that that you're involved in the community. And the last thing is your support system. You have to thank them. Tomorrow's not promised. Give them their flowers while they're here and just appreciate, because you didn't do this alone. You got here with the help and the support of your support system. And the last thing I want you to remember, I want you to keep the clerk's motto in mind: people, purpose, and passion. The people drive our purpose, and our purpose drives our passion. I tell my staff every day, we are here to serve. We have to treat everyone with dignity and respect. So I want you to keep that motto and just think about people, purpose, and passion. I think we all should say it on the count of 3. No, seriously, like I really believe in this. So when I say 3, we're all gonna say the motto, okay? 1, 2, 3. People, purpose. Oh my God. Zoom, they did. I need, can I get some love from you, because I don't know. I'm gonna let them say it again because I really want to call the names, but we're gonna 1, 2, 3. People, purpose, passion. Okay, okay, that's fine. So, so briefly, I'm gonna call your names. Please hold the applause because we're on this. We want to make sure everybody gets out right. Grace, I promise. Even like one I'm looking at now, I'm already afraid. I was like, and I practiced last night. He made me go through every name twice last night, and I'm still gonna mess up. So when I call your name, I want you to briefly stand, and then sit back down, and I'll call the next name. And then when I finish, I'll come here, and when I call your name, you can wave, and then we'll go from there. Then I'll turn it over to Judge McAfee so he can do the real stuff. Oh my goodness, here we go. Name number 1. Susanna Baki. Oh, see, okay, sorry. Jared Barrett. Kimber Bell Hill. You see? Oh, Mr. Bradley. Jedediah. Oh, there it is. Jedediah Bradley. So soon. Caroline Booyock. John Cartwright. Gavin Childers. Samuel Collier. Emily Crowell. Julia Davidson. Kayla DeArmis. John Dean. Robert Dinkins. Nilofer Dowden. Shane Downard. Tyler Easley. Nicole Falcon. Reed Ferguson. Michael Figg. Kristone Givens. Taylor Godby. Justin Golart. Lucy Chavez. Luis Chavez. Luis Gomez Chavez. Okay, sorry. Jacob Gordon. Alexandra Hammock. Christina Haney. Kevin Hilton. Kimberly Jurgensen. Samuel Johnston. Tyler Cahelli. Angelica Calogridis. Say it for me. Calogridis. Nicole Catapodis. Sierra King. Jacob Koch. Eric Crow. David Levy. Juliana Ledden. Lillian Lebu. David Lerner. Matthew Lewis. Kelsey Lovell. Tyler Lucey. Bailey Malco. Sydney Marcus. Samantha Masters. Justin McCarroll. Kathleen McGeehan. Sorry. Emmeline Michael. Amanda Milner. Irene Mizuki. Nicole Motley. Zachary Mullinex. Ben Gwynn. Jacob Norton. Lauren O'Neill. Douglas Parks. Clay Pasanti. Jennifer Polito. Olivia Pounds. Umar Kurishi. Spencer Saby. Taylor Sales. I'm almost finished, y'all. George Shepard. Ann Stevens. Jordan Stout. Nicholas Stubbs. Randy Thompson. Cortland Walton. Matthew Waters. Ashley West. William Willett. Cade Wilson. Hadalarin Yeme Shofu Mode. John Ying. And last but not least, Zachary Zimmerman. Now, woo! Are we ready? Okay. I can't see everyone, but wave your hand or say, thank you. Say, okay, say here. Okay, here we go. Lisa Adams. Okay, Danielle Allen.
Here.
Edward Alo.
Here.
Lachlan Yutha UCU.
Here.
Keith Bacher. Emily Benny.
Here.
Aaron Blasberg. Michael Bloom.
Here.
Nicole Bothwell.
Here.
Stephen Brodus IV. Floyd Buford III.
Here.
Curtis Campbell.
Here.
Jacob Cardis.
Here.
Benjamin Causey.
Here.
Dominique Cleary.
Here.
Enzo Cadella Rangel.
Here.
Cal Coogan.
Here.
Daniel DeLuca. Formal, Daniel, I see you. Frank Dubord. Tatiana Doresov.
Here.
Joseph Dubo.
Here.
Taylor Fay. Jason Floyd,
Here.
Justin Golart, Grace Griffith,
Here.
Caitlin Grimes,
Here.
Sheena Hilton,
Here.
Jeremy Hunt,
Here.
Sora Kang,
Here.
Christopher Kircher,
Here.
Austin Klein,
Here.
Catherine Coastal,
Here.
Ryan Kurtak,
Here.
Ethan LeBlue,
Here.
Abigail LaCroix, Rachel Lee,
Here.
Jessica Lurie,
Here.
Alexander Lovin,
Here.
Makayu Lyons,
Here.
Antoinette Martin,
Here.
John Mason, Stephen Michaels,
Here.
Kayla Milligan,
Here.
George Miseko,
Here.
Sailor Nolan,
Here.
Eugene O'Halloran, I see you, Eugene. Patricia Okantu,
Here.
Philip Oling,
Here.
Jun Hong Park,
Here.
Nikki Patel,
Here.
Carson Proctor,
Here.
Michael Robson,
Here.
Christopher Rosette,
Here.
Catherine Ross, Alina Salego, Alina Salego, Salagata, Alina.
Yeah.
Cameron Sully,
Here.
Grace, y'all, Grace. Alexander Sanchez,
Here.
Grant Schruntz,
Here.
Jessica Scott,
Here.
Dorian Simmons,
Here.
Luke Sauer,
Here.
Renuka Sharastava, right. Adanika to Janae. Wait, help me. Say it for me, please.
I didn't catch you, Johnny.
Okay, sounds good. Jason Tingle,
Here.
Robin Treto,
Here.
Michael Troconso,
Here.
Sanga Turnbull.
Here.
I like that one. Fabian Balse,
Here.
Jordan Wanger,
Here.
Kevin Winder,
Here.
Edward Wickland,
Here.
Elizabeth Williams,
Here.
and last but not least, Nicholas Wills. Woo! Come on, clap for yourself. Awesome. The time that we have been waiting for. I'd like to hand the mic over to my partner in crime, Judge McAfee.
All right, we made it through. Thank you, Madam Clerk. And thank you. Take a breath. And thank you for a lottery assignment from you, from which I can actually be grateful. So, a few thoughts from today. I think we first just have to appreciate not only that this is the first mass swearing in we've had since the pandemic to show that we've emerged on the other side, but I understand this is the first hybrid one we've had. And isn't that a perfect encapsulation of the road ahead? Video conferencing is here to stay. And unlike many of my arraignments, I'm just thankful that everyone seems to be fully clothed and none of the lawyers are cats. It is welcome, and it's an efficient and welcome change. But we have to acknowledge that there's really never going to be a substitute for in-person lawyering, for standing tall in a courtroom, looking a judge dead in the eye and saying you're completely wrong. That's what we need, and that will never go away. And I think we need to be thankful for that, and that today is a representation of a full return of that. So just a quick show of hands. I understand most of the folks here today have newly conquered the bar. Who all is among those? Is that just about everyone here in person and back on Zoom? Fantastic. Congratulations, everybody. So just a few thoughts for the newcomers, and for the old timers, just try not to roll your eyes and we'll get through it. First of all, of course, welcome to this profession. And it's a profession that I love. And the number one message I want to make sure we convey is that we need you. We're welcome to have you. There is no shortage of clients and cases who need help. And whatever brought you here today, we're glad that it did. For those of you that just passed that bar, though, I'm afraid it's not your last legal exam. And on the road ahead, you're going to be tested many times. Opposing counsel, partners, clients, cranky judges, the public at large, all those await you. And all too often, the success is measured on a pass-fail basis, where you lose the case, or the deal doesn't close quite how you thought it would. And all too often, that's not fair in terms of the term of the work you put into it. You may have worked harder than opposing counsel. Your brief had less typos. Your arguments were so much more compelling. But I'm afraid to say simply that isn't always enough. And you have to recognize that. But I would ask that you don't let that stop your progress as a lawyer or halt your progress as a person improving their craft. Don't get scared to try the next case, to close the next big deal, and to hone that internal critic. Because just because you don't win the case doesn't mean you didn't do the absolute best job you could for your client. And that is the last point I would want to drive home, is that in this profession, even if you don't go looking for challenges, they have a way of finding you. And they don't always come exactly when you might feel completely prepared or ready. And so the only way to meet that moment, to rise to the occasion, is to use every opportunity, every one of your cases, every one of your clients as a chance to improve yourself and improve your craft, to improve your skills. And so as you take this oath and you swear to justly conduct yourself as a member of this learned profession, I would also ask that while you're taking that oath, that you ask yourself, will you commit to that improvement, to that upward trajectory? And will you see how good you can be after a lifetime's practice of law? Because if so, we here at Fulton County are ready for you. On behalf of myself and Judge Williams and the rest of the Superior Court bench, our state court bench, our juvenile bench, our probate bench, our magistrate court bench, we are here. And to borrow Delta's phrase, we are ready when you are. And with the help of also Madam Clerk, we're ready to go and to see you in action. So I look forward to seeing each of you in court and to welcome you to our trial courts of Georgia. And so with that, I would ask each of you to stand and raise your right hand. And the folks at Zoom, we could try that out too. We'll be lip reading each of you, so everyone follow along closely. And please repeat after me. I state your name. Swear that I will truly and honestly, justly and uprightly conduct myself as a member of this learned profession, and in accordance with the Georgia rules of professional conduct, as an attorney and counselor, and that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Georgia. So help me God. Thank you all. Congratulations. Thank you, Judge McAfee. And now to deliver our invocation. Let me tell you really quick, and we're making great time, just how good that we are at planning ceremonies efficiently, right? We kept the Baptist preacher on the tail end, right? Just so we could gauge time. And with that being said, I want to bring my good friend, really good friend, Fulton County Chaplain, the Clifton Dawkins.
Amen. I'm going to quickly take up an offering. Let us pray. Almighty God, thank you for those who have participated today. Bless them, bless their families, bless their careers. Let them do justly, love mercy, and walk humbly among all of us. Bless now the food that is about to be received. It is in your name that we humbly pray. Amen.
Oh, amen. I heard that. All right. Before we go, I would be remiss if I just didn't once again thank all of our program participants. I really want to thank Your Honor, Judge McAfee. Thank you for taking time out of your schedule for being here. Thank you, Judge Williams, for supporting us as you always do. All of our program participants, Mr. Knopf, thank you. We couldn't have done this without you, sir. And last but not least, I would love to thank the clerk's office staff, right? We're a huge symphony, right? You've seen many of them, and we're like a band, right? So background singers outside at the check-in desk, right? Thank you all so much, right? And members of my PR team, right? I have to thank Miss Natasha Cole on bass, right? She's manning the Zoom. On horns up in the control room, we have Shatavia Scott and Brandy Robinson manning the live stream. And on drums, Mr. Julius Shirley, who's been documenting this moment, and we will ensure you that you receive the link to all of the photos, okay? So with that being said, before we go out, Your Honor, are we adjourned? We're adjourned. Congratulations, congratulations. Like to stay and take photos with the judge and Clerk Alexander, please feel free.